In the previous 3 videos, I gave my recommendations for the mid to low spenders and the free-to-play players for the lineups for Siege of Winterfell for infantry, spear and cavalry. Now I'm presenting what I think are the best lineups for bow players. So let's have a look at the commanders first that can be used. We have SaC, an overall commander, any overall commander. We have Sansa, who heals soldiers and has bow specific stats. We have Kravas, who increases their health and has both specific stats. Sheila, who increases bowman defense and also has bow specific stats. Tyrion, who has overall stats and prevents wounded soldiers from recovering from the enemy team. We have Julian, who does skill damage and increases normal attack damage and has overall stats. We have Kevin, who has overall stats and reduces normal attack damage dealt by the target groups. We have Theon Greyjoy, who does skill damage and at the same time increases bowman attack, bowman defense and bowman health by 600% and has bowman stats. We have Raymond with overall stats and makes the target incapable of using active skills. We have Melisandre, who reduces normal attack damage, skill damage and counter attack damage taken by ally groups in a circular area, 5 targets, and has bowman stats. Then we have Robin, who deals skill damage and has an increasement of bowman attack, and on top of that also has bowman stats. Sabrina, who removes all the control status effects of the commander troops and grants immunity for 6 seconds and has overall stats. Simon Blackmire removes all controlled status effects on allied troops in a circular area, 5 targets, and has bowman stats. Robert, who reduces the normal attack damage, skill damage and counter-attack damage taken by commander groups and has bowman stats. Of course, we have Mango with his increased attack and speed when employed. Soren, who heals wounded soldiers and has overall stats. Egbert, who reduces the rage recovery speed of the target groups and has bowman stats. And we have Marjorie, who can heal wounded soldiers. And we have the Night King, who renders enemy troops in the circular area and they cannot attack normally, counter-attack, or use a skill for 1 second. Now let's have a look first at the play-to-pay lineups. First lineup what I would use would be Theon Greyjoy, Robin and Mango. Why Theon? First of all, he does a lot. He deals skill damage and then increasing the attack, the defense and the health of the bowman by 600%. That's quite impressive, and his stats are also not bad at all. Then we have Robin with another double punch, skill damage and additional bowman attack damage and bowman stats, so it's easy. And then we have Mango, who increases the attack even more and just makes this deployment move around a bit faster. Second lineup would be Julian, Sheila and Kravas. Julian first because he does his skill damage, increases the attack damage more. Then we have Sheila, who has the bowman stats, but also makes the bowman more durable, like defense. And then we have Kravas, who does basically the same thing for Sheila, but then he does it for the bowman health, so it makes them tankier. And then we have the third lineup, which is in a way helping lineup, because we have first Melisandre, then Simon and Sansa. Alessandra, she just makes sure that the allied troops who are near her survive better. Then we have the same thing doing Simon by removing all kinds of attacks. And then we have Sansa, who on top of it heals everyone. So that's a really nice third helping lineup to have. Now let's have a look at the free-to-play lineup. The first lineup for free-to-play would be Bowman, Kravas and Mango. Bowman because he does his double punch at the beginning, skill attack and bow attack. Then we have Kravas increasing the health more, so it becomes more beefier, they can stand a bit longer. And then we have Mango, who increases the attack more and makes this deployment run around a bit faster. Second lineup would be Arya, Sheila and Soren. Arya because she does skill damage, Sheila because she increases the bowman defense more, so it becomes a bit more tankier, and Soren, who will heal the wounded troops, so it will stand longer on the battlefield. And the third lineup would be Robert, Simon and Sansa. It looks a bit as before. Robert, it just makes sure that this deployment will last a bit longer. Then we have Simon, who removes attacks on allies who are surrounding him. And then we have Sansa, who does the healing the soldiers of the allied troops. So this makes it again a very nice deployment to have nearby, because it keeps other groups longer on the battlefield. So these are my recommended lineups for bow. I hope they will be of use.